Welcome back. Stasa23 here, back again with some knife therapy. And today's knife was courtesy of my good friend Zelric. I will put a link down in the description box of his channel. If you're not already subscribed, you definitely need to go check him out. Awesome guy. Started doing custom knives himself. And he's the We Knives representative for the U.S. Doing their warranty work. And I'm sure he doesn't get many back because they're very nice knives. This model I have before used the We Knives 707E Natida. And real quick, I'm going to talk about the packaging. We does a great job. You get a nice padded pouch with it. Inside the pouch, it comes in a plastic little baggie. You get the takedown tool, their card. You can pause and read that. And a little polishing cloth. And you can put two knives in here. You can put one right here. And you can put one over here. So really cool. I like that. It's got its desiccant to keep it free from corrosion. I think they did a good job. What do you think? I'm going to also let y'all know I like this knife a lot. So I didn't want that to cloud my judgment any. I'm definitely going to give you my honest opinions. And I got my good buddy Copper Dice and my good buddy Brian here. They're going to weigh in what they think about this after I talk about it for a second. Alrighty. So what you have here is... you call that a drop point of CPM S35 VN steel, as you can see right there. One thing that I love that We does is they don't billboard their knives all up. The blade steel, you can barely see that on there. I think that's a very nice touch. This one, being that it's the 707E, means it's got the black coated blade and the satin flats. Their coating's done very nicely, very nice and consistent. As you can see, there's no blemishes on that coating at all. I've cut a good bit of cardboard with this and some wood, and don't even think you may see a little bit of smudge right there. Nothing noticeable at all. This coating is very nice on here. I like this accentuated swedge that goes the entire length of the blade. Makes it a very nice piercer. You do have a thinner tip on there, so you wouldn't want to be prying with this knife, which I don't pry with any of my knives. You got a semi-crown spine right here, being that this swedge comes down and it creates a crown spine up on the top. That's a definite cool quality that I like in my knives. Just the knife itself, just looking at it is sexy. That is a sexy knife. What do y'all think, guys? Y'all think it's a good-looking knife?
The carbon fiber is awesome on it.
Yeah, that right there. Their carbon fiber is just amazing. I mean, you have absolutely no voids in it. I don't know if my camera's probably not going to do it justice, but look at that. It's just absolutely beautiful. And I love how they took the time, as you can see, you got this milled raised spot for that screw to go in there. I know everybody's not a fan of the proprietary hardware. I can take it or leave it. It looks nice, but it is somewhat of a pain to take apart. You can rub your fingers on these. You have absolutely no transitions whatsoever from the carbon fiber to the titanium. The screws in the hardware are all titanium. You got the signature 3 lines for We Knives right there, kind of like their logo. And in hand, this thing's pretty darn comfortable. I was kind of worried right here with this spot right here. I did notice when I was cutting on on a 2x4, just kind of doing a little whittling and carving, that whenever I pressed really, really hard, I kind of felt that on my finger, but it's nice and rounded. It's no sharp areas at all. I like how they did the little milled spot right there. Kind of get that balance point just right. It's right there in that choil, right where you want it to be. Comfortable in left or right hand. Your reverse grip is comfortable, and your pull grip is even comfortable in that way. I definitely thought that was going to be a problem, but it's not. The jimping is functional. You definitely lock in. If you had to pierce something, you definitely lock in there. And to get some nice precise work, you can use that choil. They did a really good job on that choil. They've softened these edges right here, so nothing sharp on there. Let's see. You got a titanium backspacer that accompanies the lanyard hole. It's a kind of, I don't know, you could probably squish some 550 through there. It's just kind of narrow this way. You got a nice geared pattern right there. to help you out when you flip. And on this side, you just got, I like how they gave it a bolstered look on the titanium, but this is just one piece that they just, put that line in there. That's another thing when you come over here, look at the bolster. They gave you a design aspect on the bolster. You got this nice curved bolster. And as you can see, this line goes straight up and flows perfectly all the way through. And I don't know. It looks like a fighter jet to me or something. Just a beautiful knife. The clip, their milled titanium clips to me are just perfection. They have really good retention in the pocket. Easy to get in and out. You got a nice little lip right there to get your material underneath there. I wear some thinner shorts all the time, so I can't really speak for thicker pants. I might get this get Brian or Copper Dice to put this in their pocket. The action on this guy is flawless, just like pretty much all weed knives I've ever felt. It's on ceramic detent, ceramic ball bearings, and only thing I'm noticing that my friends here don't really notice it to be any issue or not. It's not an issue, but I have noticed that the lock bar tension is a little bit stronger on the weed knives. But even though it's not easy as some knives, I do find that to be an extra security because you got the pressure holding in on that lock bar to make sure it keeps locked up. This knife has absolutely no play, bank fault, left, right, up or down, no play whatsoever. You don't have any sharp edges right here where they cut this relief cut out, and everything in here is softened too. The flipper tab is nice. To me, it could have made it perfect if this wouldn't have been squared off right here, and it would have had like a flat spot to put your finger down to do the the push button, but you can light switch it and no problem. It's definitely not, I can do it for days. It's not uncomfortable. That's just a nitpick, right? So I'm going to turn the table over to my friend Brian and Copper Dice and kind of give their opinions on this knife.
So I would probably say of all the Wii's that I've ever handled, this is probably my favorite model. Ergos are spot on. I'm a sucker for these oversized choils because I like to choke up on the knife personally. But
You a sucker, man?
yeah, just kind of reiterate everything that Nick said. He kind of hit every point on it. I find it one of the more attractive Wii models too. And I'm usually not a big fan of coated blades at all. Most of the time with coated blades, you'll be able to see some imperfections. And you can see, I don't know if we can focus here.
I did cut a good bit of stuff with that, so it might not be the imperfection.
Yeah, lots of times you'll see these little bubbles in the coating over them, which I think you got a little bit here. But that's pretty minor, to be honest with you, and it's done way better than most companies that I've seen do the coated blades. But I think this is what in the $250 price range we said.
At Blade HQ, it was at $253 for this model.
So I think this is a great knife for somebody that's maybe a budget blade collector that wants to kind of get into a higher end knife.
Yeah.
I think that it would be a perfect model choice for that.
Higher end quality for not the Chris Reeve price or something like that. What do you think, Copper Dice?
Well, the fit and finish is definitely there, but if I had to pick, I wouldn't go with this model of Wii knife just because.
So it's just not your preference.
Just not my preference, but I mean, there's
Nothing
wrong with the knife or anything like that. I don't really like how this sits way higher than the handle.
Yeah, it's just a design choice.
You lose kind of cutting abilities like that,
Yeah, on a flat surface.
Paramilitary style feel to me a little bit with the ramp on
But
it.
it feels like quality. The China man knows how to make a good knife. I give him that.
So what Brian was saying is he gets the feeling of the paramilitary, how it comes up, and you do see a lot of resemblance. You got that nice upswept like that, as because of the thumb hole right there, and there you go. There's a good size comparison. The Natida is a little bit smaller than the paramilitary too. Let's get another quick size comparison. This is another Wii, the 605. This is my personal knife, and it's one I like a lot. There you go. It's a good bit bigger than the 605, and one more, the Kaiser Gemini, the Vanguard Gemini. And as you can see, it's a good bit bigger. So this is a nice full-size EDC. It's probably around a 3.5-inch blade. That's what I like to carry. Let's get a quick weight on this guy. It definitely, I will say, it definitely feels lighter than it is, because I remember we weighed it yesterday, and I was thinking this was going to be a little bit under 4 ounces, because Copper Dice had a knife that this knife felt, no doubt about it, it felt lighter, and it was heavier than I expected, so it's definitely done right. 4.25 ounces, which is not bad whatsoever with all the titanium you got on here, because this is titanium that goes all the way down in the liner with the overlay of carbon fiber. So if y'all had to rate this, guys, 1 out of 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst, a 0 being the worst, what would you rate it?
I would have to go 8 out of 10 on this one.
8 out of 10. What do you think?
7 out of 10. It just is not my
So,
design
yeah,
favorite out of all that we.
So he did it, we're doing it off of quality, action, ergos, and design aspect. And Copper Dice, the design's not there for him. And that's personal opinion. That's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. For me, I like this knife going into it. When Zelric asked me if I wanted to review one of these, I was super excited. I would have probably got one more from him, but I got so many loaners right now that I got to get out of the way. I didn't want to keep him too long from him. And y'all be on the lookout, because either today or tomorrow I will try to do the Sissel rope cut test on this guy, because it feels like it has good ergonomics to be doing that, and it's got nice geometry behind the edge. So y'all be looking out for that, so we can get a good gauge on how Kaiser's S35VN is. My experience so far is it's been really good. They seem to run it kind of high, and that's awesome. I like a good performer, good cutter. Anything else you want to say, Brian?
I think you covered it all on that one.
Anything else, Copper Dice, before you head out?
No, that's it.
All right, guys and girls, hope everybody's having an absolute wonderful day. And y'all be on the lookout. If you like this video, please smash that subscribe button. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Look at those scar thumbs.
You could give
big
it a thumbs
scar.
down if you don't like it.
Yeah, if you don't like it, you can do this too. Or this, or whatever. So, hope everybody's having an absolute wonderful day. I'll see you next time. Peace.